Good evening. Welcome. How many of you are seeing me after a long time? How many of you are not in touch? iPhone hasn't seen me for a long time, it seems. That's probably right because I use Android, I don't use iPhone. I'm sorry, your name comes out as iPhone, so I can't help. My love languages are towards Android. Okay, good. So, welcome to this nice. Yes, I'm in red shirt today. It's Sunday evening time. Time to go out with my kids. And yes, we're talking about love, so I better be in red. You guys have probably only seen me in black, it seems. Okay, good. So, another very wonderful workshop coming your way. Couple of hours maybe. Uh, Talking about love. Last year we did on the same time, a Sunday before Valentines, we did a workshop called Five Love Languages. We will share that link with you. Those who haven't seen it, it is there on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, I will share it with you. And now we are doing this beyond five love languages. Mehernosh has already mastered the topic a lot. In a global NLP summit, he had talked about this topic, and we thought this is a wonderful day to conduct that workshop as well. Just one moment. Okay. So Mehernosh has conducted this webinar in a global NLP summit. It was very highly appreciated, and we thought today is a great day just before Valentine's to talk on this topic. Secondly, we are also starting our master practitioner course shortly. Many of you have already done it, of course. But those who haven't done it, this is a good time to reconsider joining the master practitioner course, which is starting on 10th of March, and we are already in full swing to get that started. So this is a good time for you to start that. Mehernosh will already share the brochures and other stuff on the WhatsApp groups that you are into. And those who are not on the alumni groups, only in the practice groups, make sure that you join the alumni groups as well because more updates keep coming there. Another wonderful thing that has recently started is the W3 NLP Club, where you get access to the recordings of the practitioner course, the way it is delivered by Mehernosh, each topic, the way it is delivered by me, each topic, and that too with lifelong access. Plus, the Wednesday Wisdom sessions from April onwards, we will be restricting only to the W3 NLP Club members, and the membership fees is limited only to rupees 5,000. So, with that 5,000 rupees membership, you get the full practitioner course access, the practitioner course in both the flavors, the way I teach it and the way Mehernosh teaches it. Because whenever you attended the course, I taught some topics, Mehernosh taught some topics. You will now get to see the other topics in each other's way of teaching as well. So that's another additional learning, a different perspective of looking at the concepts. So these are a few updates on the NLP front. Of course, a lot happening on knowledge and karma also, but we'll stick to NLP today because today's topic is more about NLP in relationships and NLP in wherever you have loving relationships, whether it is family, whether it is friends, whatever it is. Okay. So I'm going to hand this over to Mehernosh. I invite you to reconsider joining the Master Practitioner. The Train the Trainer course is also starting from 1st of March, a year-long course, almost a 9-month-long course that makes you a wonderful trainer, a wonderful transformer coach, and the Master Practitioner is starting on 10th of March. Thank you so much. I will hand it to Mehernosh now to take this forward. Mehernosh, प्रकट हो जाओ.
Thank you, Pawan. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome. So excited about learning a different way to understand NLP, a different way to apply NLP in your relationships. And what better occasion than the Valentine's Day to learn about how to apply NLP in your relationships. So today we are going to see that. And you may have heard about the 5 love languages. In fact, I've even done a session on that last year during Valentine's Day. I'll share more details about that later. But we are not going to get into the 5 love languages. We are going to go beyond that. Beyond that, what do we know in NLP that can help us to make our relationships better? So, are we excited to jump into the session? Type in the chat box. All ready? All set? Superb. Okay, so when we talk about relationships, my question to you is that what comes to your mind when you say like relationship excellence? Any input from your side that what can you do, or what kind of relationship excellence do you look at? What do you mean by excellent relationships or successful relationships? What is that one criteria according to you which should be there for a relationship to be smooth, excellent, successful, whatever you call it? One fight per week or maximum 2. Okay. All right. Understanding and love, giving space to each other, understanding. Okay. Mutual understanding, give and take. Yeah. Understanding, compassion, trust, respect, loyalty. Okay. Sensitivity to others' feelings, communication. Yep. Connection. Uh-huh. Respecting everyone has their own model of the world. Yes. Understanding and respect and communication. Very interesting. Like when we say understanding, it is about really having an idea about where the other person is probably coming from. And that is kind of related to the NLP presuppositions as well. We'll talk more about that. But yes, the understanding, respect for each other, compassion, trust, empathy, mutual understanding, love, giving space to each other, knowing the boundaries, and also knowing that, what is the freedom that you're giving and what is the structure that you're going to limit yourself in. So yes, and the question is, how do we do that? How do you think that can be done? What tools of NLP that you have learned so far can be used in having an excellent relationship? And here, although we are going to talk a bit, since we are close to the Valentine's Day, we are going to talk about loving relationships or relationship with your significant others, with your spouse. But the same things are going to apply in any kind of relationship, right? So what elements from NLP that you know of can be used? Be responsible for everything. Yep. Okay. Reframing, vibe. Okay. Build rapport, reframing. How do you do that? Be an appreciative frame. Interesting. Yeah. Rapport, chunking, frame, chunking up instead of chunking down. Okay. Okay. Behavioral flexibility. Instead of mind reading, do calibrating for more clarity. Use the pillars effectively. Meet them where they are. Sandwich if needed. Use pause, anchoring strategies, others' point of view. Very good. Good, good. I'm already liking the way that you're responding with the NLP techniques and the usage of what you have learned. applying almost all the pillars of NLP, observation, learning. Very good. Very good. So if you look at the application of achieving what we call as excellent relationships or successful relationships, there are two parts to understand how to reach there, how to reach a relationship excellence. And the two parts are the mindset and the skill set. As we've already understood about NLP, NLP is not just a set of tools and techniques that tell you that, okay, go out and apply this. NLP is supported by a very powerful mindset of a win-win collaborative approach. If you look at all the NLP presuppositions, they are nothing but the kind of mindset that you need to have for the excellence in any area of your life, right? So I'm just reading the comments again. Smart goal setting in relationship. Yeah. One thing very important is that when we say that we need to have a successful relationship, what is your criteria that defines successful? What is your outcome orientation? And I asked this question earlier. But the smart approach here is about making it clear that what would you mean? What would you define as being an excellent relationship? Being clear about that. So let's dive into what are these set of mindsets and skill sets. One positive area, one positive point, one area of improvement, and three positive points. Okay, that is the sandwich approach. Okay, be connected in and out. Okay, good, good. All right. So when we talk about the mindset of relationship excellence, the very first programming of mindset that we've understood in NLP, the basic, is your NLP presuppositions. We choose to call it in NLP as beliefs of excellence. And as I said, those beliefs of excellence can apply to any area of life. So how about applying that in relationship and making that entire set of 18 presuppositions as your beliefs of relationship excellence? So let's see which presuppositions can be most applicable to relationships. Basically, all 18 will apply. But if I say which is the maximum, the most impactful presupposition of NLP that can apply to relationships, which one would that be? Which one would those be? Type in the chat box. Everyone has a different model of the world. Yes. People are not their behavior. Very true. And when we say accepting the person, it is about realizing that people are not their behavior. What they are doing is one thing, and let's not label them with what they are, right? Meet them where they are. Yeah. Okay. Acceptance is accepting the model of the world as well as their behavior is going to be different from the person, right? Respect the person model of the world. Feedback on failure. Okay. So there is no failure. There is only feedback. Okay. Every action has a good intention. You have all the resources required. Map is not the territory. Awesome. Good. Good. I think that's a good recap of all the NLP presuppositions over here. So yes, everyone has a unique model of the world. No matter how much you like the person's sameness or you like the person's differences, there are different theories. Some say that opposites attract. And initially, yeah, you got attracted to someone who was having a lot of opposite traits than you. And then you realize, oh my God, what is happening? Where is life going now? So whether there are opposites that you notice or not, what is important is that recognize that there is going to be a difference in the way in which people operate. Because the model of the world itself is different. So realize that everyone has a unique model of the world. And what to do with that realization? Someone had put in the comment, right? A keyword called respect. And that exactly is the next presupposition that you've learned. Respect your partner's model of the world. It is not that I am right and you are wrong. And it is neither that you are right and I am wrong. But it is about recognizing and realizing that we are both right. The point is not I versus you. The point is, how can we address together what we want to achieve? So let me share an example from my life. When I got married and we moved into a nuclear setup, me and my wife. After a couple of days, what we realized is, or what I realized is, and I started noticing about her, is that, a simple, trivial thing, but a thing that came to my mind is that in our kitchen, where we place our knives and scissors and all the sharp instruments, there was a tray. Okay, there was a tray in the kitchen. And I would generally put the scissor back in this way. Okay, like let's say there's a tray. Let's say this is on the tray. Okay, and this is the scissor kept over there. So what would happen is that I would reach out with my hand, pick up the scissor, and use it and put it back. Natural, right? It's normal day-to-day thing. If now no one thinks too much about such things. Now, what I would realize is that after I would use it and put it, if she would have to use it and put it, she would put it like this. If you're noticing on the screen, the orientation of the scissor has changed. Now, every time she would use it and put it, she would put it like this. Now, naturally, I would, by natural tendency, I would reach out my hand, grab, and oh my God, the blades would come in my hand. I'll say not this way. I would reach out to the handle of the scissor, put it, use it, and then put it back like this. But whenever she would use it, again, I would notice it become like this. Now I was thinking, yeah, it is common sense. If I'm reaching out with my right hand, I will pick up the scissor with my right hand. I'll lift it up. It's easier to keep it like this, isn't it? I thought of, talking it out to her. What are you doing? Let's keep it this way. Isn't it more convenient? Because it's easy to pick up and use. It's more process efficient, if we see. Yeah. And that's when I realized, exactly, you spotted it right. That's when I realized that, wait a minute. Am I looking at it from my model of the world? What is happening for her to keep it in this fashion? And I realized, yeah, she's a lefty. Now, the point is that did it take the scissor to make me realize that she's a lefty? Of course not. I was knowing her for almost a couple of years before we got together. But then imagine what happens in the mind. I'm giving you this example because no matter how much you think you know the person, you expect things to happen in your way because you have seen the world in your way. It is about when that time happened when I thought of talking to her. Luckily, I realized that, oh, yeah, she's a lefty. So, of course, that's more convenient for her. And it's only natural for her. I mean, imagine, and in a kitchen, she uses scissors and knives more than me. So, if I'm getting a bit upset about the way she's keeping it for those few times that I use it, imagine the time that she's getting upset about the time that she's seeing me keeping the scissor that way. So then I spoke out to her. I discussed that, okay, this is what I realized that we are doing it like this. So then what is the way out? What do we do? Should I become a lefty? Should I insist on her becoming a righty? And that is where understanding the second principle is very important. One is realizing that everyone has a unique model of the world and thereby respecting that. Most people, even after they realize the first principle, are a bit hesitant, a bit apprehensive about the second principle, about applying the second principle. Because they feel that respect karna hai, so I have to start dropping my own model of the world. I have to agree and become like they are. But that's not what I'm telling you to do. Respecting is only realizing the difference and figuring out mutually convenient ways of moving ahead. So what we eventually did was we placed the scissor like this. And here, this was a mutually convenient way. It is only when you realize that there are other ways to do something. It's not my view or your view, it is our view. Then you realize, okay, fine, how to apply that? What is the outcome? And that is what I meant when I said it is not I versus you, it is we in it together. And if we have to have a mutual way forward, a mutual understanding, this is a very, very trivial and simple example. But think about the learnings from this that can be applied to every other thing in life. Okay, so that's about the key to presuppositions. The next one in that is people are not their behavior. You may realize your partner is doing something and you may not like it. And what we tend to do is we tend to label our partners. No, he's like that only. She's like that only. Is it really so? When you distinguish a person from the behavior, you stop labeling that. And even if you think, no, I know for sure, I know my partner so well, he does like this only, or she does like this only. You may feel justified in your mind to use whatever labels you may think about your partner. No, she's an angry person, or she's a lazy person, or he is a workaholic, and we start labeling. But how about separating that? That okay, he's not a workaholic, he's a person who works most of the time. But then you send a dictionary definition of that is workaholic, right? Yeah, but you also know, being NLP practitioners and master practitioners, that words have power. What words you are giving is making your reality, and that is making you see more and more of that. But when you distinguish that, you realize that the person is more capable of choosing and empowered to choose more than one behavior than what they have been choosing by default. This principle not only applies to your partner, it also applies to your own self. When you think that, no, I am like this only, is it really so? You are more empowered to choose whatever behavior you want. The next one, behavior is contextual. And this is also very, very important. I'm reminding you of all these beliefs and all these presuppositions because what happens in the human mind is that when we tend to get to know a person a lot, we've spent a lot of time with the person, we start believing that we know how this person will react. We know the person's response. We know, okay, you will do this only in this situation. But tell me, think about it and tell me, isn't it like that when you are so sure that your partner is going to do something like that, he surprises you or she surprises you by doing something different, and you say, oh, I didn't expect this, and you thought that you have very predictability about your partner, that okay, this is what it is. I will give you a simple example of a couple whom I know, that you know whenever they would go out to eat food, they would look at the menu and they would look at make choices together, that what they want to eat, not before seeing the menu, like before even going out, and they would decide kahan jana hai, where you want to go for lunch or dinner. And the wife would say that okay, Chinese to nahi karenge, so what else will we do? And they look at all options. So one day this guy just asked, that why you don't like Chinese? And she said, I love Chinese. I'm saying because you don't want Chinese. And he said, when did I say I don't want Chinese? And she said, long back when we were dating, I had suggested to go to a Chinese restaurant. That time you only said, nahi, Chinese nahi karna hai. So since then, I have been specifically with you at least avoiding Chinese. And he said, I thought you don't like Chinese because ever since then you are avoiding Chinese. But the trigger was that guy had said no to Chinese once, and the wife thought that Chinese usko pasand nahi. Now, I want you to relate to this, to what situations or what meaning making you have done of a few random cases in your partner's words or behaviors or language, that you have said, I know my partner, he will not like this or she will not like this. Our mind tends to generalize. We already know that, right? our mind tends to generalize based on a few samples. But sometimes we only exaggerate and stretch those samples to become the larger truth. कि नहीं ये ऐसा ही है. In this example, it was very, very interesting for the husband to realize that the wife's choice was because she thought that he did not like Chinese. Because once he said no to. Now, this is in food habits, in other things that you like doing together. Where all have you experienced this and where you think, he will not like this, she will not like this? And that is why it's important to understand that all behavior is contextual. The meaning of the behavior is dependent on the context in which it appears. Do not generalize and stretch it. Especially be careful of your own thoughts where you say, okay, I know what this person will do in this situation. मैं इसको अच्छी तरह से जानता हूं, मैं उसको अच्छी तरह से जानती हूं. ये अच्छी तरह वाला जो है उसको recalibrate करना बहुत जरूरी है. You need to recalibrate when you think that you know someone very well. Next one, every behavior has a positive intention. Now this, being NLP practitioners and master practitioners, you already are aware that whatever a person is doing, there is some positive intention behind it. What can we do to be more curious to figure out what could be that positive intention? In that moment, what is making the person do it? Ask questions, yeah. And what needs to be done to ask questions? Ask question is a skill set. It would come in the category, according to me, of a skill set. In terms of mindset, what is needed? In terms of mindset, what is needed? Meet them where they are. Okay, again, that is part of the skill set. Think about it, and it's for everyone. Type in the chat box. What kind of mindset is needed for you to genuinely figure out what could be the positive intention in someone's behavior? Flexibility, okay. What else? Curiosity. Curiosity is the key over here, and being genuinely curious. Wondering about a magic curiosity question with that, which I'm going to share with you right now. You can write it down. Whenever someone does something which is kind of very weird according to you, ask yourself this magic curiosity question. We call it MCQ, magic curiosity question. Ask yourself, what needs to have happened in my life for me to behave like this? Can we be genuinely curious about this? What would be think? What this person would be thinking? What would they be getting out of it? And again, that curiosity question is only a spark in your mind, the right kind of mindset to stay curious and then ask more questions. And again, apply all that we have spoken about, respecting the person's model of the world and understanding that people are not their behavior and having the open mind. Yeah, empathy, discovery frame, which is also about curiosity. Okay, the question is, what needs to happen in my life for me to behave like this? Can I be genuinely curious to understand कि भाई चलता है हो क्या रहा है? Everyone makes the best use of their resources. Their resources, their internal resources, external resources, whatever they are doing. In that moment, whatever they are doing, they think is right because they have a limitation of whatever resources they are using right now. Although we say that we have all the resources, but in that moment, sometimes we are getting affected by maybe thoughts of anxiety, fear, or even love and care for the partner, but depicted in a different way. Like, let us say your spouse is angry with you for coming up late at night, coming home late at night. And you are saying, I was doing work, I was not partying anywhere. And you tend to get into a argument. Then what do you think? I was partying or what? I was doing work, I'm working for you only, I'm working for the family only. And your partner is getting upset that no, yaar, kuch dang rehta hai, kuch, you have to be on time every day. You have to come on this time, that time. Now, what mindset can you apply over here? What do we mean by this principle in this situation, that everyone makes the best use of their resources? What resources is the partner using? You use your mind, your calmness. Yes, that is what you can use. We need to be curious, yeah. But what resources is the partner using? Where is the partner coming from? He's doing his best, yeah. If your partner is angry or upset with you for coming late, what resources are there which are available to the partner right now? What is the positive intention of the partner behind being angry? Let's take that also. What is the positive intention of the partner behind being angry? Is your partner really trying to limit you and cut your wings and your freedom? Or is there something else? Is your partner doubting you for being out late? Or is there something else? Yeah, there will be love, care, concern, affection, missing you. But imagine if this was with your partner and you are the one coming late and your partner is angry at you. What is going on in your mind at that time? By general default, ek to already I've come late. Ek to already I've been working till late. I've been bored, like, upset with answering questions of my boss and doing this. Ek to office mein audit chal raha hai, blah, blah, blah. This is happening, that is happening. Now, all this I can't talk to my partner. And when I come home, partner is again shouting at me. You lose your cool. You are also doing the best of your resources at that moment. Your partner is also doing the best of his or her resources in the moment. What is missing out is we are failing to see the other person's point of view or the other person's model of the world. It is just probably, and most likely situations, it is just love and care exhibited in a different way, which according to us is not the best or appropriate way in that moment. Right? Yeah. Wonderful answers. Thank you for sharing. Yes. So what can you do? Apply this mindset, and then the rest of it, when we talk to about the skill set, we'll see exactly how to do that. But first thing is the mindset that you need, right? Meeting them where they are is a part of this. Then coming to the communication part. And this principle, again, is the most likely neglected, ignored principle when it comes to communicating with a person whom you have known for years and decades together. You think, bol diya na. I have told you, I have conveyed this. How is it that my partner is not getting it? But remember, meaning of the communication lies in the response that you get. And what response are you getting? That depends on how you are communicating. If you don't like the response that you're getting, then your default answer could often be that usko samajh nahi raha hai, the person is not understanding what I want. Then make the person understand. Because the moment you say the person is not understanding, in spite of he or she knowing me well, she's not getting it or he's not getting it, what are we doing? We are slipping into effect mode. Staying into cause mode is about knowing that what can I tweak in my communication. As simple as if I was in a foreign land talking to a person who doesn't understand English or my native language, and I don't understand his or her native language, what would I do? I would do whatever it takes to communicate and bring forth the idea that I want to communicate, right? The same thing applies over here. Meaning of the communication is not in the intent of the communication. The meaning of the communication is in the response that you get from the communication. And One more we can take for discussion. Actually, all 18 will apply, but this one is another big one. That resistance of any kind is a sign of lack of rapport. Remind yourself that what are you doing to stay in rapport? Often people say that नहीं partner बात नहीं करता है, agree नहीं करता है, just like not willing to talk or discuss at all. Ask yourself, are you doing enough to stay in rapport with your partner? And then the rapport building skills, we'll talk about that as part of the skill set. But this is the basic fundamental mindset of relationship excellence. Would you agree? Which one, according to you, let me ask you this question. Which of these, according to you, are the ones that where you need, according to you, you need to work most upon? In your life. All are important. What I'm asking is, in your life, where do you find yourself kind of being in a difficult situation to apply some of this? Last three, the response. Everyone makes the best use of the resources. Last one, rapport. Yum. Yes. The best part is that your home is your first practice ground for whatever you are learning in NLP. Before you even think of influencing other people or connecting with other people, apply it at home. They say charity begins at home. I'll say NLP begins at home. Right? That is people who matter, right? First point, wow. Unique model of the world. And again, this is not to kind of judge yourself, okay, oh my God, I'm not even getting this much right. It is about awareness. Be aware, where are you? Be aware, how can you work on this? And that brings me to the next part of the mindset, which is about applying the 3 pillars of NLP. Outcome orientation, which is what I asked you, that when you talk about a successful relationship, what does successful relationship mean to you? Define your parameters. And if your answers are kind of vague or chunked up, yeah, more harmony, more mutual understanding, more trust for each other. Okay, all these are good values. But how can you apply a well-formed outcome in your relationship to know that what are the parameters by which you will know, okay, yeah, this is what is the ideal relationship for me. And there is no one kind of ideal. It could be what is ideal for you right now. The ideal will be different from person to person, but what is ideal for you? What is that successful for you right now? Knowing that, figure out where you are right now, which is your sensory awareness. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Spending 30 minutes together daily. Now, that is a very clearly defined, tangible outcome that you can have from a relationship. You know daily by measuring, okay, hua ke nahi? Or someone earlier typed in, only one fighter in a week. Okay, fine. And where are you right now? What is the sensory awareness? What does your awareness tell you? How much time are you spending right now? Having one meal together every day. Lovely. Right? Putting your phones aside when you're having meals. Going for one show or one movie or one play every week. Whatever your definitions, your parameters, there can be more than one, there can be as many as you like. So knowing what you want and being clear about that. A lot of people are firstly not aware that what they want in a relationship. And I've seen this. If I ask a happily married couple, what do you want in a relationship? They say, it should be better, yeah. But what do you mean by better? जो भी थोड़ा अच्छा होना चाहिए, better होना चाहिए. They are not able to even articulate what that better is. And I'm saying, according to me, they are happily married, but in their mind, there is some discontent, something that needs to be bridged. But the point is, I don't need to know what they have to bridge. But are they even aware? what they need to bridge? Are you even aware what you want to achieve? Right? Full of meta-model violations you'll find in these kind of responses. What do you want in a relationship? Especially relationship itself is a nominalization. You know that as a meta-model violation, right? A highly chunked up word which can mean different things to different people. And what you want in harmony, what is harmony? Another meta-model violation. What is mutual understanding? What is win-win? Another meta-model violation. Ask the questions to chunk down what you want and where you are. And then apply your behavioral flexibility to know what kind of mindset you need to apply. So with that, let us come to the second part, which is the skill set. For this, we are going to do a interesting kind of activity together. Okay, I would like you all to switch on your cameras. Wow, good to see you all. Awesome. Lovely. Let's have some more cameras on. Okay, if you're in train, it's fine. If you're driving, don't do that. Okay. Only if you're in a position to switch on. Switch on. We're going to do some fun thing together. So I would like you to put your hand like this in a fist form. Okay, take both your hands. Okay, later I would tell you how to do it with your partner also, just to have fun. But right now, put your hands together. Okay, kind of a fist fight. Okay, put them tightly against each other. Feel that punch. Okay, and then push one hand and to make it like a tug of war. Pushing, pulling, and it's your hand only. But just feel the tension, feel the pressure of doing that. Okay, now as you're doing that, observe what I'm doing. Gradually turn your fist like this. Turn your fist like this and like this. Okay, in a heart shape. And now do the same kind of movement. Yeah. And now intertwine your fingers a bit. Loosely, not tight. And just move them together. How does it feel? Let's say if you were to kind of, go free flowing, kind of dancing together. How does it feel? Notice the difference from the earlier fist fight to this. How was it? Smooth. And what is the difference between the earlier one and this one? You can do it with your partner also. Just do it as a fun thing. Chalo ye karte. Let's so one fist and the other fist and then gradually do this. Flexible from rigidity, loving, cooperation, no resistance, smooth. Latter one is smooth. Yeah. Comfortable, awesome. Earlier resistance. Yes. How can you apply this in your life? What is the metaphorical take from this simple thing that we did? From here to here. Easygoing, acceptance, synergy, type of anchoring. Yeah, okay. Acceptance. First seems like resistance. Yeah. Hum saath saath hai. How sweet. Yep. Then moves to rapport. Things can change if we want, if we have to, and try make to the way we want to keep it. Yeah. Harmony and balance from fight to flowing with life. Tug of war to win-win. Lovely. लाइफ में यही करना है. Notice where that pressure is coming and how can you release it and make it more like smooth and easy. We have spoken about the mindset already. Let us understand what skill set is required. How can we make it more free flowing actually in the relationship? Feeling smooth from storms. Yeah. Priority is love, and love trying to look at every issue. Life is easy. Yes. It is as easy as we make it and as difficult as we choose to make it. So let's talk about what these skill sets are. And for this, I'm going to introduce to you a very interesting 5V formula. These are the 5 V's. The first are the 3 V's of rapport, which most of you must be knowing. We'll recap on that as well. The secret V, which we will talk about, and that leads to the outcome V. So, what is secret V? What is outcome V? Let's keep the curiosity alive and let's first get into the 3 V's of rapport. What are the 3 V's of rapport? I think in Master Practitioner, we have spoken about it. There are times when I've spoken about it, even otherwise in the NLP presuppositions. Yes, verbal, visual, and vocal. These are nothing but your basic rapport building skills. When we talk about building rapport and meeting them where they are, we have spoken about techniques like matching, mirroring, pacing, leading, meeting them where they are, and then taking them to where you want them to be. What do you match? What do you mirror? These are the 3 V's that we speak of: the verbal, the vocal, and the visual. So give me examples of matching verbal. What is verbal? Okay, first let's talk about each one in a line. What is verbal? Verbal are the words that you use, the language that you are using. Vocal is the voice quality, the tonality, the stress of words, the voice modulation. And visual is how you appear when you speak, when you communicate, which includes your body language, your physiology. Okay, so let's take one by one. Verbal, how do you match? How do you mirror? Use the same words. Yeah. What else? What else have you learned in NLP about matching verbal? One is, yes, using the same vocabulary that your partner is using. Parrot phrasing, yeah. So in Master Practitioner, we do this as a topic of meeting them where they are and identifying beliefs and making people aware about what they are thinking, as a process called as parrot phrasing, parroting what they are saying. Parroting what they are saying is not about mimicking. Okay, you don't have to start mimicking them. It is about using their words. Often what happens is, let's say your partner comes home and says, I'm really upset about this thing which happened today, and it starts going on explaining what happened. And you, of course, you are being the well-wishing partner, being there for the partner, wanting to encourage your partner to talk more. And often you say that, yeah, I understand, you had a bad day today. And I understand that you are really irritated about what happened today. And whatever the partner is saying, we tend to paraphrase it in our own words. A lot of communication training will teach you that paraphrasing is good because it makes the other person realize that you are understanding what they are saying. In NLP, I would say that be careful about paraphrasing. Be careful because when you paraphrase, generally, you tend to put things in your own words. And when you put things in your own words, you often create a mismatch and break the rapport with the words that they have used. Be careful about that. So rather than paraphrasing, use the same vocabulary. If they said I was upset and you are saying you were irritated, they may say, no, I'm not irritated. So it may tend to break the rapport. So, okay, I understand you are upset. Yeah, you can ask by paraphrasing. No, don't ask. You just parrot phrasing. Parrot parrot phrasing, right? You can ask also using parrot phrasing only. Oh, what are you upset about? The person said, I'm upset. Don't ask, what are you irritated about? So use the person's words, use the person's vocabulary, what they are using. What is the intent over here? Think about that. Is your intent to show that how good you are in your communication, in your language, power over language, that you can paraphrase and summarize things in your own way? Right? No, that is not the outcome over here. Let ChatGPT do all of that. You are intending to be one with your partner. Your intention is to meet the person where they are. And meeting the person where they are, one of the key principles, basic principles are use their words. Use their emotional words also. If you don't like the words that they are using, still start by using their words and then take them to your choice of words. Meet the person where they are also applies to the use of language, the way they are using. Okay, so parrot phrase, don't paraphrase. What else can you use in verbal matching? What else can you pick on language? We are still talking about the first V, verbal. Metamodal violations. Okay, yeah, you can ask that. You can question. What if we don't agree and keep quiet? Your outcome. I'm not saying every time you have to only use everything. Your outcome will decide. Filter, sleight of mouth. Yes, you can apply sleight of mouth. Sleight of mouth is a advanced language pattern which is used in master practitioner. It is basically reframing on steroids. The reframing that you'd see in practitioner level, uska advanced version. How to apply left, right, center, bato mein. Okay. But again, in sleight of mouth, be careful about being in rapport because sometimes they are like too cut and dry. So be in rapport. VAK words, very good. Through the words, match the representation systems. Okay, if you want to take your partner out for dinner and your partner is like, oh, no, it's been a tiring day, I would rather rest at home. Use their words. Type in the example, type in the chat box. How would you deal with a situation like this? You want to go out for dinner and your partner says, no, I would rather see myself sleeping today. These are the words of a partner. I would rather see myself sleeping today. Type in examples of how will you respond to this. Let's make more memories together. Interesting. Okay. Imagine a nice, cozy restaurant. Very nice. You got the drift of what I'm saying. What is unique about what Aziz has written? Yes, it's been a hard day for you, and I don't want you to do the chores. We can eat out to save our efforts. Okay. Okay, good. That is a nice way to meet them where they are. Looks like there is a new restaurant with an amazing view. Good, Dr. Jinal. Look, we can go out and refresh ourselves. The place I intend to take you is a visual delight. Good. This is when the partner is saying, I see myself sleeping today, is what? A visual language. And this is where you match through visual. So you spot, you calibrate through the use of language what representation system the partner is processing that information from in that moment. Again, calibrate. Okay, don't jump to conclusion every time he's visual only. Notice in the moment what choice of words have been used and use that. Would you like to go to neighborhood for a quick bite? You spare yourself the chore. Okay. The thing is, visual part is missing in that. Okay. So one is, yeah, you are tending to meet them where they are in terms of acknowledging that they are tired. But how about combining that with a visual? So notice the words that are being used, the representation systems. You look sleepy. Let's do Zomato. Okay. How about going out to your favorite restaurant? Yes. So you can ask that. Okay. Colorful, cozy restaurant, new cuisine. You may relax while go to walk. Okay. Nice. Nice. All right. But the point here I'm making here is that figure out also, in addition to meeting them where they are, also when you are using their choice of words, use their choice of representation systems as well. All right. What else in verbal matching can be done? What's your favorite movie? Okay. We have spoken about metaphors in the practitioner course. Language is anyway metaphorical. Your partner is giving away a lot of metaphors in the way they are using language. Use their metaphors, which is also a part of, in a way, parrot phrasing. But it is also for you to observe their metaphors and use their metaphors as far as you can. You can also use verbal anchors. You will realize that your partner may have certain words that they use often. Connect to those words. Highlight those words in your conversation. Okay, you may have a set of own words that you like, some kind of slogans or things. They may have theirs. Rather than yours and theirs, make that ours. And use that in a mutual way. Whenever you want to bring a bonding together and connect together, use the verbal anchors also. Yes, you are tired, but I would want you to go to sleep for better, with a better memory of us having dinner than you being tired. Nice. Avoid but. All right. Okay. I can see you floating on cloud nine once you taste those dishes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is about visual. Sorry, about verbal. What about vocal? Vocal is the voice tonality, the intonation of the voice. How can you use vocal to create rapport? Match the same voice. You notice what happens often is that, let's say, take the same example, you coming home late and the partner is concerned, but expresses that concern by way of a bit of, which sounds like an aggression or accusing. Or sometimes they sound with care. Where were you? And you just say, no, yeah, what nonsense. Already I'm late and you're asking me all these questions and you cut off the answer in that same tone. If the person is saying, where were you? It is so late. I was getting worried. And you say, darling, I was here and this happened and that happened. And right now I'm not in the mood to discuss that. Is it okay if we talk about it tomorrow? You are still matching and you're still sticking to your point of view. Right now, you're not in the mood to talk. But generally, how we cut off that I'm not in the mood to talk. Arey, not now, yeah, I'm not in the mood to talk. Already had a tired day today. Don't tell me no. How about conveying the same thing in the same tonality that the other person is using? You can also use a sexy tone, okay? A sensuous tone. Use the calm voice, same pace of words. Yeah, the pace of words, the rhythm of words, and match the tonality of the person. In Master Practitioner, you would also have learned how to use the commanding tonality when needed and how to use the questioning tonality when needed. use it appropriately whenever possible. But here, in terms of rapport, it is about, as far as possible, matching the other person's tonality. What if the other person is using an aggressive tone? No, then don't use an aggressive tone. Okay, then break state. You have learned break state, right? So again, match the tone. Be the leveler. Yes. In practitioner, we learn the different 5 types of coping mechanisms, which you can apply in your relationships. Are you the one who is generally kind of aggressive and angry on someone most of the time? Or are you the one who is pleading and only saying sorry all the time? Which category your partner falls into? How can you deal with that? All that you've done in master practitioner, those who have done master practitioner, you're aware of those techniques. So apply that as well. So that is about the tonality. Third V, visual. What can you match in visual? Body language, gesture, right? Eye contact. How often it happens that, let's say, you consider yourself as a calm and cool person, okay, and your partner is somewhat getting hyper at a situation which has happened. Okay, let's say your partner is searching for something. Yeah, something, let's say keys are missing or some documents are missing, and they are, and oh, ye kahan chala gaya? I don't know where it is, and what is happening and what will happen, and blah 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 blah. He's like becoming hyper, and you feel, arey, chill na, mil jayega. You'll find it. Relax. Let's say mentally you are already kind of thinking that it's okay, it must be here only. This person is unnecessarily getting hyper. Choro na. And when you take a stand like that, arey, relax, we'll find it later on. How will your partner react? Will your partner agree? Ha, okay, fine, we'll find it later. Will he readily agree with you? No, you are angry. What the hell? You don't care about things. You are lazy. You are negligent. You are blah blah blah. You're careless and all that. You start off. He or she will start off, right? Yeah, careless reaction. More work. He'll get more work done. Now, how can you tell your partner to relax and still be in rapport? Do the act of finding like him and say while doing that, yeah, start searching, find, and use the same voice tonality, the same intensity. Oh my God, where is it gone? It was here only. We'll find it together. Don't worry, we'll get it. आज नहीं मिलेगा तो कल मिल जाएगा. We'll find it. It was okay. Everything will be fine. Now you're saying everything will be fine. You're saying the same thing that you want to convey. That guy, relax, everything will be fine. But you are saying in the same hypertone. You are saying it in the same rhythm that the person is already kind of worried about. कैसे करेंगे? अरे ऐसे करेंगे, वो करेंगे, वैसा करेंगे. You are coming up with a solution. You are meeting them where they are, and yet relaxing the partner by starting in the hyper state. Doable? Yeah, it's cool, right? Breath work, calm, composure, वो सब होगा, but that you apply on yourself. You are only applying that hyperactive mode to visually and verbally and vocally match, not verbally also, vocally and visually match the partner. And you're filling in your own words. And your partner, tell, ultimate objective is to convince the partner कि बाद में ढूंढेंगे. But right now the partner doesn't feel that you are being negligent or careless. What the partner sees is that you are equally concerned and you also have that sense of urgency, but you are saying, okay, it's okay even if you don't find it. We have this, blah, 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 arrangements are there. Backup plan is there. Ye mil jayega, wo mil jayega. Yeah, it is also like a parrot phrase, but you are saying it in their tonality. Here you're parroting their tonality. and their body language. So that is the 3 V's. Now let's come to the 4th V, the secret V. Any idea what the secret V could be? The secret V is part of the difference that can make the difference. Vibration, value, yeah, okay. I think they will all fit in this category. The vibes, matching the vibes. What else? It is viewpoint. Which in a way also relates to the mindset that we spoke about. That what is their model of the world? But what is the skill part of that? Let's see that. How to get to understand their viewpoint? What is happening? How can you see the same picture from a different perspective? Here, somewhere you can also apply the perceptual positions. So in my view, their view, fly on the wall view. The magic curiosity question also applies over here. What needs to happen in my life for me to think like them, for me to behave like them? And there are various elements of viewpoint over here. There are 3 broad things we will talk about. The first thing is their beliefs and values. Where are they coming from? What is creating their model of the world? Second is the love language. The 5 love languages. Which love language suits them? We'll talk about that. And the third one, let me ask this to the master practitioners over here. What do you think would be the third key bridge that can help you to understand your partner better? Observer mode, that is viewpoint, okay. Strategies, meta programs, yes. Perfect. Strategies and basically the meta programs. Meta programs are basically the filters in the mind that operate in different situations. This is actually going beyond the 5 love languages to see that what are the difference that makes the difference. So we'll talk about each of them. We'll see what meta programs are also and how to find them and apply them with your partner. First part is the beliefs and values, which is about taking an effort to understand where they are coming from, asking questions, knowing them better, knowing their likes, dislikes, their preferences, their strengths, weakness, what they like in you, and which is about having an open transparency, a trust that you create with your partner for them to feel okay to share with you their views, their judgments, their filters of deletion, distortion, generalization, all of that. Here, what plays a role also is their background, their culture, their upbringing. Even simple things like whether they are brought up in a nuclear family or you are brought up in a joint family, what kind of community they were in. So know more and know more with curiosity again. Curiosity here is about dropping your judgments and being open to understand that, okay, it may be that you may have a view about it, that if I was to live in this kind of background or if I had this kind of life experiences, I would have probably understood like this. I would have done this. But what is the life lessons that they have taken from their experiences? How are they even different from yours? So getting a depth of their background, actually understanding their characterization, not character, characterization. Like, when you talk about movie or playing a character, creating a character, what is the characterization? What forms the person that they are? And here again, the magic curiosity question helps a lot. And this is where you remain open and non-judgmental, even as you are making an attempt to understand their judgments about life. It's okay if you don't accept that in your life, as in that you may say, no, but they are having that view. I may not need to have that view. You don't need to adopt that view, but you can still respect that they have that view. It's not about making them wrong, and it's also not about making yourself wrong. It's about realizing, okay, we are different individuals. And what is that balance that you can strive between what you want, what I want, and still what we want together? And can we not deprive each other about what we want? Allow them to have what they want, you allow me to have what I want, and there will be some mutual things that we like together also. How we can do that? So it's a balance between the 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 structure of the relationship as well as the freedom or the space that comes along with the relationship. So again, more of this beliefs, values, how to uncover. In the master practitioner, you have learned it, right? Even bato bato mein, how to figure out people's beliefs. In fact, in master practitioner, we learn beliefs from a two-way perspective. What are the two different ways in which we learn in master practitioner? The two different aspects of learning, of looking at beliefs. One aspect we learn in the beginning of the course is about how to figure out your own beliefs, how to figure out other people's beliefs, and how to challenge beliefs, how to identify beliefs with an intention of challenging them or questioning them. Challenging as in questioning them and becoming open to changing beliefs. And then later in the course, we learn how to identify beliefs that work for other people. When we have done about modeling successful behavior, what beliefs come with that, and how you can pick on those beliefs. Here, with your partner, it's about applying the same belief elicitation strategy in a different way. How you can figure out your partner's beliefs and without any need from your side to either challenge them or imbibe them in your own self, but just be non judgmental about the fact that they have their beliefs and let's respect to have a different set of beliefs. Would you relate to this angle of looking at beliefs? The process was the same, finding out beliefs and values. But here it's neither a change work nor is it a modeling work. It is a deeper diving and deeper understanding of what beliefs and values are operating in your partner's life. The second part of the viewpoint is the love languages. Now, that is coming from this book by Gary Chapman, The 5 Love Languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts. If you have not read that or not heard of it, I would encourage you to read this book or even just go on their website, 5lovelanguages.com. Or you can watch my video. Last year around Valentine's Day, I had done a video on 5 love languages. This is the mind map of that entire session. I will share the link of that video in the alumni groups as well. So in case you have not attended last time, you can watch it. But this is a detailing of each of the 5 different types of love languages. In a nutshell and the summary, if I were to tell you what it is about the way in which we express love and the way in which we want to feel loved. Dr. Gary Chapman has put this into 5 categories. Some people may want to hear words of affirmation. As in, yeah, I love you, I care for you. Words are more important. For some people, it is the physical touch that matters. For some people, it is gifts. And again, there are nuances to all of this. It's not about randomly showering people with gifts. Like you're seeing over here in the mind map, thoughtfulness, making a priority purposefully. Details of that you can refer in the video that I have on my channel, and I'll share the link. Then there is quality time. How much time you're spending with each other. Like when I asked you that, how would you know that you are being loved? Some of you typed in, okay, 30 minutes of time with the partner, or getting a verbal agreement, or understanding that they love me, or doing acts of service, doing things together, spending time together, doing something for each other. So there are 5 different love languages, but the interesting part over here of love languages is one is to figure out what your own love languages are in which you want to feel loved. We all have our own unique love languages, and most of us have a combination of all the 5, but there are a top priority preferences. So one aspect is about figuring out your own love languages, and the other aspect is of figuring out your partner's love language also. And this again requires some kind of openness, transparency, and trust between you and your partner, where your partner also sees that intent coming from your side about making an attempt to make the relationship work better. So watch this video, you'll get some more insights on love languages. The third part of viewpoint is the meta programs. And this is actually going beyond the love languages, the strategies in the mind. This is kind of the heart of the mind, the love region of the mind. But the strategies, the meta programs apply to all areas of action, thought processes, everything that we do in life. So, what are some of the meta programs? I will talk about few of them, but all the master practitioners here, you can type in the chat box what are some of the meta programs that you recollect. So in master practitioner, we learn how to firstly figure out your own meta programs. And the same process applies in figuring out your partner's meta programs also. Like when you did your modeling assignment, you figured out for your exemplar, right? All those who are yet to do master practitioner, once again, call out a reminder. Our next master practitioner batch is starting from 10th of March. So feel free to join that, because all these insights, understanding about yourself, about other people at a deeper level, come from that. Yes, primary strategy. So I'll share a few more meta programs here, and you'll get an insight about what exactly these are. But just reminding the masters to type in the chat box. Towards and away from, yes. Content meta program, yes. Decision, motivation, convincer, they are the strategies. Time frame, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about a few of these meta programs. The first filter. Meta programs are basically filters. Okay, meta program is a technical jargonish name given in the field of NLP. But simply put, they are filters. Let's say you were to ask your partner, okay, let's go for a picnic together. A partner may say that, may ask, अच्छा और कौन कौन आ रहा है पिकनिक पे? Let's say you're planning a group outing, okay, not just a date, but you're planning a group outing with your friends. The partner may say, okay, who else is coming on the picnic? Will this person be there? That person be there? This friend will be there? That person will be there? And that decision is driven by which people are there. That in the content meta program is operating as a people filter. So there are people, there are persons who look out for who will I get to meet with? Who will I get to spend time with? Who? The people content is important. Another person may say in the same proposal, they say, Acha, how much time are we going to be there? Will we be staying overnight or are we coming on the same day? So their choices are driven by the time involved. How much time will we take? Somebody else in that situation could say, वहां जाके करेंगे क्या? क्या करूं आके मैं खंडाला? So what are we going to do over there? So they are looking at activities. They are keen on understanding what are the activities which will be there. Somebody will say, I want a detailed itinerary. Okay. So it's okay. Activity is one thing, but where we are going to stay, what we are going to do, how many people are there, when will we come back, time to time, itinerary, action, everything, which is about seeking for information. Now look at this. These meta programs apply for everyone, for you, for your partner, for others. I'm sure you know people in life who have a typical pattern of asking a certain kind of information or getting a certain kind of information for them that can help them to decide. Party में जाना है तो ये बंदा होगा क्या? Will that person be there? That person be there? And their decision is driven by whether that person will be there or not be there, or will be there but I don't want to be there, or will not be there and I want to be there, whichever way. वो होगा तो मैं नहीं आऊंगा. Even that could be there. But the idea is that the person, the people criteria is more important. For someone, it could be where, someone, it could be when, someone, it could be what we will do, and somebody, it could be tell me everything about it, more like all the information. Now, the advantage of knowing meta programs is that you understand that what are your default patterns when it comes to meta programs, and what are your partner's default meta programs. What are your partner's default patterns? Think about it. How often it may happen that you are keen to take your partner somewhere. Your idea is to spend time. Okay. And your partner is asking, अच्छा वहां जाके क्या करेंगे? What will we do over there? And it may happen in the situation that you may feel a bit disappointed. That क्या करना कुछ जरूरी है क्या? Is it important that we do something? I am making a plan so that we get to spend time together. But that person is focused on, but time though we are spending even over here, no. What are we going to do over there? It doesn't mean that the partner is rejecting your proposal. Often we look at it in a way that we think that the partner is challenging our idea or is not liking our idea and is asking too many questions. They are not asking too many questions. They are only asking about their meta programs. They are asking questions that fulfill their patterns of thinking. Whereas you are proposing to them from your meta programs. For you, if it is time that is important that is spent together, and for him or her, what is important is activities, the mismatch is happening there. Meeting them where they are also requires you to know that when you come up with an interesting proposal, which is very, very interesting according to you, how can you make it equally interesting for your partner? Just by matching their meta program in that proposal. Yeah, I would take it as a rejected proposal. Exactly. And that is not the thing. They want to fulfill their criteria. Don't take it as a rejection, because it is actually one of the steps for them to approve your criteria, to approve your proposal. It is a criteria that will help them to accept your proposal. But just because there's a question doesn't mean it's kind of, we think they're finding faults in it, they're poking holes in it, but they are just suiting their requirements. Yeah. So that is the content where they operate from. Next meta program is the representation systems, which also we have discussed when we spoke about the verbal matching. But here it is going about one step further. Those who have done master practitioner, you know that representation systems meta program comes in the convincer strategy. Right? So just to make it simple here, because not everyone is at the master's level, the representation systems is how you are convinced that something is working or not working. See, in normal instances, when you want to achieve something, when you want a certain goal to be achieved, how do you know that the goal is achieved? We have done that in well-formed outcomes, evidence criteria, right? We ask, what will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel? Now look at that same application from the point of the filters in the mind. There are set patterns that in which certain people are convinced about something. They may either need to see it happening, or they may need to hear it, or they may need to feel it or do it, or they may need to have a logic behind it, auditory, digital. Which means that when something is happening, now let's take a simple example, okay? How would you know that you have spent a wonderful time with your partner? Whatever answer you come up with, my question is not what is the criteria. How would you know? Let's say you say I'll spend 30 minutes with the partner. Okay. My question is, how would you know that you have spent 30 minutes with the partner? And your reply will be, what kind of stupid question is that? Timing mein dikhega na, clock mein dikhega 30 minutes hua hai. But I'm not talking about that. How will you know that you have spent 30 minutes with the partner? Someone will say that, yeah, I will feel happy when time flies off. Or someone would say, when I see myself with my partner spending time 30 minutes together. Visual. Okay, or someone would say feeling, that sense of where that 30 minutes went away, I didn't even come to know. These are criteria at the level of representation systems. Or someone who's logical will say, yeah, 30 minutes on the clock, I'll come to know. But that's a logical answer, the auditory digital, even that is possible. In NLP, when we say, how do you know? It goes beyond the conscious working of logic and analysis. It could be logic analysis, that is part of AD, but it often goes beyond that. What I will see, what I will hear, what I will feel. And think about it. If I ask you, let's say you have to meet a new person, either at workplace or you're introduced to a new team member or a new friend, your partner brings a new friend and introduces you to that person. How would you know that you can trust this person? No, a lot of new relationships are formed based on trust. Even if it is a new team member, and let's take aside the personal relationships over here, nothing personal about it. A new team member has joined your team. You are the boss. How would you know that you can now start trusting this team member for doing more work, for taking up more responsibility? And the answer here could be, when I see him doing this task efficiently. Or when I get a confirmation from him that he has got it right, and I also see that he's getting it right. A verbal confirmation. So visual, auditory, different things, right? How would you know? Maybe a background check. So that is again auditory digital. So these are some examples of how you can figure out that, yeah, you can trust the person. So they are operating from all these representation systems. You may have a different preference or different pattern. Your partner may have a different pattern. Don't assume that but just because you know in a certain way, your partner will also come to know in that certain way only. Okay. Next one, motivation direction, towards or away from. You may be excited about something and your partner may be worried about something. You may be wanting to know what you will get as a result of it. Your partner will be wondering what I will not get as a result of it, what I will avoid. So whether it is towards or away from, a simple example to that. You want to go for a movie together. And you propose to your partner that, see, we'll have fun, we'll watch a movie together. My partner will say, we are having fun even now. We can watch it on Netflix together. Probably you are coming from a towards filter, which says that what we will get when we start doing it. And your partner is probably thinking that we are anyway getting that. No matter what you try to excite your partner about, your partner will say, but that is already there. Kyun chahiye? Maybe your partner will be more driven by a away from factor. What you will avoid when you go for a movie out rather than watching it on OTT. So can you give me some examples of that kind? Type in the chat box. If you have to deal with a situation like this, where you figure out that the partner would be more convinced, more motivated by something that is an away from. The outcome is to go out for the movie. What can you suggest? No cooking. Yeah, you won't have to cook at home. Okay, good. What else? No distractions when I watch. You have to tell that to the partner. Okay. So you have to figure out what are the motivators of the partner. What is it that the partner will prefer not having, and suggest that. We will miss an exciting experience. AC ride, no intrusion. Yeah. No shopping of extra kharcha. Okay. Hey, that is what the partner is avoiding. I am saying what you want. You want to take the partner out for the movie. How can you propose something that the partner will avoid by taking you out for the movie? Me getting out from the four walls of our house. तो ये नहीं मिलेगा, तो ये नहीं मिलेगा, वो ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है. अच्छा, ये नहीं मिलेगा, कुछ और मिलेगा. So they are probably not interested in what they will get. They are probably interested in what they can avoid, and you have to propose that. So no disturbance from laws. Yeah. So no guests, no children. Yeah. So we'll get our time, but getting our time, they will say we are still getting our time, but you have to propose that what they will not get. So no disturbance from children, or it's same boring over here. We'll just change the environment. We will avoid the same routine that we usually do. Suggest that, because maybe that is the driver away. Next one, time frame. Some people are driven by what they have experienced in the past. Some people are driven by what they will experience in the future. Again, this can go hand in hand with the towards and away from, but it is a different thing also. Okay, someone may want to go out to re-experience the joys that they got in the past. So you have to remind them, remember last time when we went, we did this, we'll get to experience that. And some people may not be concerned about the last time jo kiya wo kiya. It doesn't matter. You tell me what we will get in the future. So you have to propose to them what they will get in the future as a result of. So a lot many more meta programs are there. We'll take one more, which is the chunk size, and very, very important and interesting and a day-to-day one. Imagine a situation like this. Your partner comes home from work, okay, and you happen to came home earlier than them, or you were at home only, and you ask your partner, how was the day? What all did you do today? And your partner says that, well, it was a nice day. I had a good fun. Or the partner says it was a good productive day. I had a lot of meetings and everything was great. And you are eagerly waiting. और क्या? So और क्या किया ना, ये किया. Then you say, but you're not telling me everything. You say, और क्या बताऊं? I'm telling you everything. We had a good day. I had a lot of meetings. I completed a lot of my work. और क्या बताऊं? It's done. The mismatch over here is often that the partner is okay to reveal limited information. It is a general chunk size. Whereas you maybe someone is looking for some specific, small, detailed chunk size. Ulta bhi hota hai. You know, you ask someone, how was the day? And the person says, at 9 o'clock I did this, 9:15 I did this, 9:45 I did this, then 10:10 I was doing this, and then this, and then. And you may wonder, but I don't want so many details. It just bores me with too much information. Maybe the person is a small chunk person, detail oriented, and you are looking for big picture. You just ask because you wanted to meet the person where they are, right? So this is about understanding that this can also be part of the difference that makes the difference. So there are a lot more. In fact, in the master practitioner, we see overall 14 different such filters that can help you to understand yourself better, firstly, and also help you to understand your partner better. So just some of them I'll just show you. We'll not go through much detail on that. But it's like whether someone is more active in taking action or someone is reflecting, how much thought they are giving to certain things. Do they act on impulse or do they take their own time to decide and think and then act? Or what are the reasoning? Someone may look for whatever options are there. Ye bhi chalega, wo bhi chalega, I can do this, that. Just let's get started and just go with the flow. Or someone will say, no, I will get started, but I will want a step-by-step procedure to go around it. I need a SOP in life. Nothing wrong, nothing right. It is just that different people have different preferences. Maybe your preferences match, maybe your patterns match, maybe they don't match. Sameness and difference, another interesting one, which we discuss in a lot of detail in the master practitioner. That, someone may relate to, this is the likeness. Last time ye vacation pe gaye the, and this time you're on this vacation. This is exactly like this in this distance. Whereas another person may say, last time we came here for vacation, but tabhi ye nahi tha, tabhi wo nahi tha, abhi ye nahi, abhi wo nahi hai. This is different. So they are like classic mismatches. But it just goes beyond this. It goes at the level of day-to-day interaction. This particular relational filter is so interesting that sometimes people think that that you are fault finding. You're always looking for things which are not right rather than looking for things which are already working. But the intent behind that is not that. It is just that the filter by which they are operating is one which is looking for difference automatically. Their unconscious competence is looking for differences. Okay, then there are more authority, whether it is self-based or others-based, evidence patterning, different things are there. Overall, this is one of the mind maps from our master practitioner program, where we talk about all the 14 different meta programs. And you can take a screenshot, but anyway, you won't get much idea till you understand better and we look at it together, because there are different filters. It's like a programming mechanism. Meta programs are part of strategies, part of advanced strategies, and these are like switch on, switch off in our mind, which go on at different level. Apart from this, actually in the NLP world, what has been studied is 51 different meta programs. And if you're interested in knowing more of them, this is the book that you can read. It's actually about profiling people using 51 different meta programs. Figuring out people, reading people using meta programs. Okay, so that is about the meta programs. How about, when you're taking a wedding vows or doing Kundli matching, if you could also match meta programs? What if you were asked, do you know his or her meta programs? And you say, yeah, I do. या 36 गुण तो मिलते हैं, लेकिन 14 मेटा प्रोग्राम्स मिलते हैं कि नहीं? Right, checking on that. Alpha Gen will follow that. Yeah. Now remember one thing. Whatever we are discussing is a two-way process. which means the intention is not only about getting you to match things with your partner. It is also about getting your partner to understand your point of view. So don't take this entire um, approach or this entire session as an approach. Okay, now I have to be the only one to change every time? What do I do after finding out the meta programs? Do I have to only change and figure out everything? No, that is not the objective. The idea is about when you are into trust, when you apply the first 3 V's of verbal, vocal, visual, you use that to create enough trust with your partner. That transparency happens, then you're able to share each other's meta programs with each other. The love languages quiz, for example, it is not just about you doing it, do it with your partner. Get into rapport, create that trust, onboard your partner into this journey together, and explain to your partner what your expectations are also. Meet the partner where they are is only one part of the equation. The second part is also equally important. And then take them to where you want them to be. The struggle happens when we directly want to take them to where we want them to be, and then pura conflict shuru hota hai, right? So meet them where they are and then move forward. So it's a two-way process. And that is the 5V formula. We have done the 4Vs so far. Last one, the outcome. What is the outcome? What is the outcome V? What do you think? Type in the chat box. Victory. Okay. What else? What will you get? Vision, love. V से क्या आएगा for love? Come on, I've already given you a wonderful hint. V for love. Exactly, Valentine. So the outcome is getting the Valentine. And here, there is a very, very interesting question which I'm putting to you. The question is to ask your partner, am I ready to make you my Valentine? And notice the language of this question. The question is not, are you ready to be my Valentine? The question is not whether you will find the right Valentine or whether you have found the right Valentine. The question is how you, in the cause mode and take responsibility, be the right Valentine. Okay, so there is one caution on this. How many of you all would agree that you have found some interesting insights that you can apply in your relationship? Yes. A lot. Lovely. Right? It's a combination of mindset and skill set. The 5V formula, right? There is a caution. Don't use NLP on your partner. You are wondering, abhi itna sab, almost 2 hours we've been talking about how to apply NLP in relationship, and I'm telling you, don't use NLP on your partner. What is the nuance to this? Yes, use NLP with your partner, not on your partner. And that is, again, integrating the point that it is a two-way relationship. It is a two-way process. Get your partner on board. Teach your partner the techniques that we are sharing over here. It's not a sting operation that I'm encouraging you to do, and now go and apply this and come on, what is that? Attack on your partner. Get your partner in class or teach your partner all this. The recording of this will be available. So I would encourage you, watch this recording with your partner once again. Okay. Let them see what you are also learning, so that they don't feel that you are learning something stillily to get some, jadutona over them. Tell them, let's do a jadutona together and create magic in our relationship. Yeah, give them as a Valentine's gift. Very interesting idea. So, thank you and cheers to even more successful relationships. Of course, you know where I can be found and all, and my books and all are there. Okay. So, make sure that you are applying what you're learning. And I would only say that whatever we have discussed today, the how of each of this can be found in the Master Practitioner course. And all those who are master practitioners here over here will vouch for it, that you have figured out how to find out your own beliefs, values, meta programs, not only of your own but also of other people. Now imagine applying them to your relationship, to fostering better relationships, and not only relationships in the love field and with your loved ones, but in every relationship, with your parents, with your children, with your employees, colleagues, team members, everyone. Okay, so the Master Practitioner program is starting from 10th of March, and we will share the link once again for registering in the alumni group. But just listen to the program, how it is going to be spanned out. It will be um, spread over 20 Sundays, 20 weeks. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. India time, we will have a live class where we will learn all of this. This is just the tip of the iceberg, what I've shared with you today. What you have learned in practitioner is also covered and done at a very practical and a conversational level. For example, if you have learned Swish and some modalities in practitioner already, you know how to apply it as a process. But in master practitioner, we learn how to apply it bato mein, how to apply it conversationally on yourself and also on other people. Imagine doing a swish while just talking in a normal flowy conversation. Bato bato mein. Not telling the person, think of the desired image and close your eyes and then, you know, shrink it into a small dot. Nothing of that sort. Just practically, verbally, conversational. That is some of the things that we learn. Then identifying your beliefs, figuring out what your um, limiting beliefs are. Do you need to change them? Firstly, when identifying, how do you know that a belief is limiting or not? Do you need to change them? If you need to change them, how to change them? The submodalities that you saw in practitioner level, where you see the application of changing like and dislike. In master practitioner, you learn how to apply that to change your beliefs altogether. How to dump the unuseful limiting beliefs and how to accept more empowering positive beliefs in your life. The part that we spoke about on values. Values are what is important to you, what is important to your partner, what is important to people around you. Firstly, your self understanding about what drives you. There are so many instances where a person is focused on professional growth. I will 10x my revenue, I will become international, I'll grow my business internationally, and all that. Very fine, all well formed outcomes are laid. But still, success is not seen. Why? Often the answer lies in what values are there of the person. And here, values, I'm not saying about good, bad, ethical values and all. Values are what you give importance to. What if you are focused on a well formed outcome of professional growth, but what you are giving most importance in your life is family? Friends, freedom. Are your values aligned to what you want to achieve as goals? It's not about changing the values now. It's about figuring out that is it aligned and how to now align the two. How to fulfill. It's not, sometimes they appear to be contrary. They appear to be conflicting. They appear to be this or that. But how can we change from the English or to the Hindi or? Such that it's not this or that, it is ye or wo. Ye bhi hai, wo bhi hai. And that alignment of values. So how do we gauge that it's some misalignment? Exactly, that's what you learn in the master practitioner. We learn how to realign the values, the hierarchy of values, what is important, what should be considered important, how to realign that. All those processes are covered in master practitioner. Yes, you've learned that. All the master practitioners here have seen that. Then, of course, we see the meta programs. We see advanced language patterns where bato mein how you can do a conversational belief change. A very powerful technique called sleight of mouth. Transformational reframing. Creating an impact in the mind that, oh, what? Acha. And then making a realization that the belief was not useful and what needs to be opened up. You have learned the language of influence in practitioner, Milton model. We take that a level above. It's not Milton model anymore. It is in day-to-day language, how to use what is implied in the language. How you can communicate with the implication of the outcome that you want. The topic is called as presuppositions in language. They are different from the NLP presuppositions, by the way. They are what is presupposed in the language that you speak. Strategies is at all together different level. It is not just a sequence of representation systems. That's very basic what you've learned in practitioner. But here it is about integrating strategies with meta programs. And what are the strategies when things are working for you? What are the strategies when things are not working for you? Basically, we call it as primary strategies, secondary strategies. Apart from that, the crux, the highlight, the end outcome of the master practitioner is beyond a certificate. What skill, what ability, what behavior you want to have in your life, and how to model that successfully. The climax of the master practitioner program is about modeling successful behavior in a way that you can integrate it into your life. And much more, right? And one thing we always say, and all the master practitioners here will vouch for it, that it creates lifelong bondings with a community of people who are there to share and grow and learn with you. So the program happens every Sunday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. India time. And if you find it inconvenient to attend it at that time, then we also have the facility where you can watch the recording live. The recording is replayed live on Tuesday mornings, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And let's say even for some reason you miss out on the Sunday live as well as on the Tuesday recording, you still will have access to the recordings, till the class, till the course is on, like the way you had it for practitioner. So a very, very powerful life transforming program. The techniques that you learn over there are things that you can learn, then apply in your life, change and transform your life, and also change and transform other people's life. So get on board. That is what we sincerely and urge you to do, because what you have learned at practitioner is only a tip of the iceberg. Okay. The son looked at Meher and said he looks so different. Okay. Thank you. That's our full course. Yeah, thank you. You would like to share anything about the course, Anita? Feel free to share. Yeah, Aboli was also there. Varsha, Komal. You have all done the program, so you can feel free to share your experiences. Yeah, Anita. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you for today's session, because जब NLP master practitioner किया था, it was like more of the perspective of learning and implementing, and Am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So more of from a because I am a life coach, it was more from a perspective of learning and implementing and teaching others. But today, the way you related it with relationships, it was such a big Balwan moment. Oh, now I got it. So thank you for this amazing session. It was really an eye opener. मतलब कभी कभी हमें चीजें पता होती है but we don't know कि उसको हमारे context में कैसे apply करें.
Right.
So thank you for this. And about master practitioner, it's a must. I'll say, guys, it's a must. अगर आपको सीखना है कि दिमाग के लेवल पे कैसे आपको सामने वाले को समझना है, हाउ यू वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड द अदर पर्सन एंड हाउ यू कैन मैनिपुलेट कहेंगे, लेकिन इन अ क्या बोलते हैं, इन अ एथिकल वे. So these Miss NLP master practitioners has lots of techniques which we can use and enter the other person's mind and understand them and use them in our favor. And especially the modeling part was a big क्या बोलते हैं, बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द कोर्स, जहाँ पे आपको जो चाहिए, जिससे चाहिए, यू कैन मॉडल देम. लाइक मॉडल मैं बोलूंगी ना तो अभी समझेगा नहीं, बट वी हैव लर्नड इट इन सो मच डेप्थ कि कैसे हम उसको अंदर जाके सीख सकते हैं. दिस मेटा प्रोग्राम्स व्हाट वी लर्न टुडे, यू सॉ जस्ट द आइसबर्ग, उसको हम बहुत डीपर लेवल पे जाके प्रैक्टिकली करते हैं. वी interview other people, we find their meta programs, and then how we can apply it, we can implement it. All the qualities that you desire to implement from other people, that is covered inside modeling. So that is like, मैं तो बोलूंगी कि jump in, मतलब don't think twice if you really want to understand this.
Super. Guys, elections are around the corner and you have two ways to become an MP. One is go and fight the election, become an MP. Second is join master practitioner and become an MP.
Yeah, thank you, Anita. Yes. Anyone else?
I thought अभी पवन सर आकर कुछ एक छक्का मारेंगे.
आ गया ना. Yeah.
And I would like to thank you. It has like personally helped me in my personal relationship in a big way. इसलिए मैं बोल रही थी पैसा वसूल course because I have already recovered what I have invested.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pavan, you're on mute.
Other master practitioners, you can also share your opinions so that
Yes.
the practitioners here know what they will be joining.
Hello, Mehernosh. This is Manjulata.
Yeah, Manjulata. Hi.
I'm audible.
Yeah.
I can't switch on video. I'm
Okay.
traveling. I would thank you for this master program, a very well structured program. Literally, it has helped me in all ways understanding myself and now trying to understand others and help them to understand them. So I would suggest everybody in their lifetime to do this master practitioner course with Mehernosh especially, because it is a structured program.
Thank you so
His
much.
smile, one is his smile, and the way he is, everybody would love to be like him.
Thank
At least I have tried myself, but I'm not to that level. Still, I can say that it is a very good thing. जितना जिंदगी में पढ़ा ना, वो एक कहते हैं ना, जोर का सारी दुनिया एक तरफ और जोर का भाई एक तरफ. For me, पूरा पढ़ाई एक तरफ और master practitioner एक तरफ. It has really helped me. I was so emotionally down. Only in the final assignment time, when I was doing my final assignment, especially the meta programs, which today Mehernosh has really very well connected and explained about the relationship. It is just awesome. As Anita was saying, what we did in masters and what today about the meta programs, because that is the heart of the program, and I love that. Even to today, I always understand that decision making perspective and the attention. It helps me very much to get along with the people. Like, as you were saying, the person is chunk up and chunk down. I'm a very chunk down person, very specific. And I find when people chunk up, I used to get earlier very pissed. Today, that is not at all an issue for me. Thank you, Mehernosh. Thank you very much. And Pawan, तो advertisement के बिना तो वो मजा ही नहीं आता है. Pawan has to be there. He is the energizing person in the program. I really like that, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Manjula.
Thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, Vijay.
Sorry, Dr. Manush, I'm unable to open my video, but hope I'm audible.
Yeah, clear.
First of all, thank you so much again for this wonderful session. Especially the context is so appropriate with Valentine's Day ahead. It's like taking back to that good old master practitioners days. Sundays are nowadays so wide. I'm not able to that 7 o'clock time, it's like clock set, 7 o'clock, get into the master practitioner program with you. And like the way everyone said, your smile, Pawan's that, Pawan is like headmaster. Will come in between and say, guys, did you do it? Pawan, I'm really sorry, but I just enjoyed your voice. Thank you so much for that wonderful Sunday. I used to say, like, Sunday evening, guys, this is done. At home, don't disturb me. I am in a class. They were telling, like, I never saw you so serious. My beloved Dr. Mehernosh and Pawan happened to be my, love life. So during anniversary days, he used to say, I have not seen you so serious even those days, Vijay. What happened to you? Why are you so serious at the age of 50 plus learning something? I said, no. This is very important. Jokes apart, Dr. Mehernosh and Pawan, this has completely changed the way you have taught us NLP from the regular practitioners to the master practitioners. It's like eye opener. I have been to different other coaches in NLP, but your way of teaching and the way you give it is like slow dose poison in a positive way in NLP, I could say. And it has changed my professional way in which I could connect with my clients and give the 10x values. Just amazing. Anyone who is thinking master practitioner course is the best. I would strongly recommend people to go through. And there are certain courses, there is no equation of money. It is like the investment you wanted to do for your life. I would recommend that. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and wanted to have more such Sunday courses, especially Pawan, you are the master of designing. Please have more Sunday courses. We are truly missing that Sunday dose.
Thank you, Vijay, for your kind
Thank
words.
you.
Thank you, Vijay. By the way, for everybody, there's one more thing in master practitioner. You will see me and Mehernosh in two different roles. जब क्लास लेना होता है तब मेहरनोश, जब क्लास सिखाना है तब मेहरनोश आएगा, जब क्लास लेना होगा तब मैं आऊंगा.
Yeah, Madhvi.
Hi, hello sir.
Hi.
Thanks a lot. Very nice session. And
Thank you.
regarding master practitioners, I can say that the concept we learned, the techniques we learned there, actually I am using in my life. And there are many issues, right, at the relationship level. I believe you may remember I have talked about my cousin.
Yeah.
With my dad also. So now I am able to reconcile all that. And I am feeling free of all those things were going in my mind in years and years and years. Right? So now the assignment I took was remaining calm. I'm not sure that I'm 100% successful, but yes, I'm reaching there. So most of the situation I am able to control my reaction, and all because of all this different techniques and tools which I have learned. And I am attending other trainings also, like from professional front. And there people, they have seen, right, that I've taken this practitioner. So in our internal group session, they ask, oh, you have learned NLP, you tell us. So in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I go through what you have told, both of you, and then I try to explain it in same thing what you are saying to me, I tell to them. And then they say, well, how can you explain everything in so simple way? So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to both of you for the examples you give, which we can relate. And not only we, everyone can relate. So I will recommend everyone to do this course, Master Practitioner. It is, I should say, it is life-changing. So
Thank you.
thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
Mom. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Vidya?
So I will just talk about my experience in the master course. That beautiful community,
Yeah.
the very strong community. Others spoke about what all we get, but that community bonding itself now. We did this course last year, but then we are all still connected. Many of us are still connected. There are more and more groups that are getting formed, and they have started their satsang and whatnot. We have collaborated in many other ways and helping each other. That is one beautiful aspect of this, of what starts with this master course. Another thing is, I personally had one fear. Whenever I traveled on road, I had this fear of speed, which when I worked with, during the practice sessions, when I worked with one of our friends, Afia. I mean, totally, it is I had right from my, I myself did not know. I think from my teenage days, I'm totally rid, and people who come with me, who travel with me, they realize that now. They see the change that is there. I'm so cool even with high speed now. I don't have that fear. So that
Wow.
is one of the practical things that I have personally experienced. And of course, there is one thing that master's course is like, master practitioner course is like, it's like a gold mine. But one word of caution is, it can only benefit us as much as we take from it. So I think we are, I mean, I personally say I'm only utilizing only tip of the iceberg, though we have gone through the course. But the more and more we get connected like this, coming back whenever possible, and thanks to both of you, Mehernosh sir and Pawan sir, for giving us these opportunities. Not just one course, but after that, you help us to come back, so that whenever possible, we are able to revisit those things and take back and connect and again reflect back and see what we are missing, how to go back to that, refer our notes and apply whatever is relevant at that point in time. So it's like a gold mine. How we benefit from it is totally in our hands, but definitely it's a gold mine. So first experience that and then implement it. It'll benefit. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Vrishit.
Hello, Mehernosh. I'm thankful to you again. Last time I had a short discussion, and I'm thankful to both of you. And Pawan, as I told, I've been following for last 10 years now, and I've been following other coaches also. But I found that both of you go in depth and resolve the issue. That is your core competency, and that's the reason my belief is like getting reinforced. So I have stopped following all the remaining coaches. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Prashit.
Yeah, thanks, Pawan.
Hi, Varsha.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Thank you, Mehernosh, sir. Thank you, Pawan, sir, for this awesome session today. I just want to tell everyone that the Master Practitioner course, it grows on you. You know, we are actually missing the Sunday evening session so much. and we have created lifelong bonds here. I enjoyed every bit of the master practitioner course. It was eye-opening insight for me with my other relationships, and NLP has now become a part of my daily life. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
for
you.
this
Thank you for
awesome-
sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Aditi.
Hello, Mehernosh. Hello, Pavan. Hello, everyone. Hi, Varsha, Anita. So good to see you again. I think all of you, whatever you have said, I think I'll just say ditto. Yeah. So I think because I am not really a small chunk person. So I'll just go big chunk and I'll say ditto. But yeah, just one point which I'd like to add over here is that has benefited me very, very strongly. And this is for all the people who are from corporate world. I think we see a lot of people and who are our inspirations, right? And we really look up to them, right? And we see them, exhibiting certain behaviors, and we just think that this is so natural for them, right? To do certain, to do a, to do, to probably, exhibit a certain behavior. It comes very naturally to them, and we keep on thinking with a lot of curiosity that how do they really do that? Right, and trust me, people, you will get the answer how do they really do that, because it seems very natural for them, but it's really not natural. There is a lot of patterning happening inside the brain to be able to do that, right? And that's what behavioral modeling is all about. How do they really make decisions? How do they really get motivated? How do they really convince their brain to exhibit something which they exhibit very naturally, apparently, but it's not really that natural, for us to understand. And it will help you to understand what are those specifics which we need to, change or maybe modify in our patterning, so that we also, model that behavior very, very easily. And it's not about, just changing yourself completely. It's also about understanding where do we need what, right? Where do we really need to model that behavior? Asking that question, that is it really important that I need to be change this behavior or not? Or does the latter previous one works for me? So all of that awareness, I think, is very, very helpful. And it gives you, just on a self-awareness level, I think people who are finding themselves through these courses, people who are trying to discover themselves, I think it is a game changer there. So for all the people, and I think this is something which is going to help you in every way, like in any profession. It can be applied because it's somewhere related to it's a pseudoscience, right? And it can be applied. So I think it's just definitely very powerful and very impactful only when you apply it. I think that's my takeaway.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Aditi.
Thanks, Aditi.
Okay, Aboli is sharing that Master NLP has changed the way I used to look at life. It changed my perspective that life can be so easy. Only thing I would say is if you do know MNLP and then you're struggling unnecessarily. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. While Mehernosh has given you the outline of what MP course contains, I would say a line about the structure. It is 2 regular weekly dose. Yeah. It's practical, beneficial for having a view of holistic life rather than limited to one or few aspects of life. Yeah. Also, the additional thing that you would cherish and support you in going through the course, post session. True. Thank you for sharing, Neeraj and Avuli. Yeah, Anita.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add a little more कि अगर हम लोग सोच रहे हैं that
Anita, we lost you.
only professionals need it, only life coaches need it, only people who are like working, उनको चाहिए, तो it's not just that. Everybody, हर कोई, like whoever wants to improve their relationship, everyone should go for this, because मुझे लगता है कि मुझे ये कुछ सालों पहले पता होता तो my life would have been much better. The way we behave is it will totally change, because we will start looking from the other person's model of the world also. एंड सब लोग बोल रहे हैं कि प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो यूज होगा. हियर अ लिटिल आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड, कॉन्शियसली और सबकॉन्शियसली एक बार आप मास्टर प्रैक्टिशनर कर लोगे ना, सबकॉन्शियसली ऑल्सो यू आर गोइंग टू फॉलो समथिंग. दैट आई हैव पर्सनली एक्सपीरियंस विद माई सेल्फ कि सबकॉन्शियसली में मैं बहुत सारी चीजें इम्प्लीमेंट कर देती हूँ, which I realized later, oh, I did like that because I learned it there in that session. So that's what I wanted to add a little more.
Lovely. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And yes, I think with every learning we feel that I wish I had this learning earlier. But as we say, jab jago tab savera. So
So
good
I
morning.
think Meher, Anita has reached the state of unconscious competence already with
Yeah.
NLP, right? That it has become very natural for her to really apply.
True, true.
Congrats, Anita. Congratulations then.
That's awesome. Okay. So great, sir. We are looking forward to see you in the masters. Any other questions? You can reach out to me or Pawan on WhatsApp. And yeah, the recording of this will be shared. We'll let you know when. So, and yeah, we will share it because I want you to share it and watch it with your partners. That is the outcome of sharing. Okay.
And please watch it with your partners. Don't send it to your partners and tell them, देखो जरा सीखो थोड़ा. ऐसा मत करना. Watch it with them.
Exactly. Use that as an additional opportunity to create a rapport and together. All right. Okay, so have a wonderful Valentine week and Valentine Day, and make every day a Valentine. And have fun. Have a nice, harmonious, loving relationship. And wish you lots of love and good luck going ahead. See you. So, yes.
Thanks, Mehernosh. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this beautiful session.
Thank you.
It is like a gift for Valentine's Day.
Thank you. So you can gift it to your husband now. But provided you watch it together, don't just send them the link.
Our together will happen once he's back.
Okay. All right. Sure. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye guys. See you all.
Thank you.